Good morning, grade 8, and welcome to today's session. Today, I'm going to basically tell you what we have been up to in this week. Okay, so we are, as you know, we started a new comprehension. Okay, a new reading, a new form of literature, and this is going to be starting Unit 8. Okay, and Unit 8 starts with some fictional reading, reading for information, as we state. Okay, Adam. And if we recall together, we discussed the idea of text features, remember? And we also answered, if you remember, a sheet of paper that included all the text features that we need to know. Yes? Okay, we did this together and we discussed what a title is, what a subheading is, a sidebar, a bulleted list, a bold faced words, a link, or an illustration or a caption that we can see. Adam, do you have any questions regarding these text features?
Oh, I didn't study it, but right now, no.
Okay, so you didn't study it yet. You should. Okay, so I'm going to go over them quickly with you. Okay, if we're looking at this article, let's say that you're reading this article, okay, and you're going to scan it for information very quickly. Okay, authors that write or journalists that write articles, they use what we call text features to make your life easier. As a reader, you are going to first observe the title. So this big, bold red title is there for a reason, and it's there to tell you what the article is going to cover. Okay, and if we're reading this, we know that this article is going to discuss the history of hot dogs. Okay, so titles are very important. Journalists also divide their article into sections, and usually with each section comes a subheading. Okay, here you have two subheadings. One of them is hot dogs in Europe, and the second subheading is all American hot dogs or all American dogs. Okay, this box right here, okay, is called a sidebar, and I'm going to get to it in a bit. Subheadings, Adam, for the example here, they tell you what the section below it is going to discuss. So if you are reading this article and you see a subheading called hot dogs in Europe, you know that the information below is going to discuss how the hot dogs originated in Europe, or how are they eaten, or how are they consumed, and so on. Okay, in Europe specifically, and as you see here, they're focusing on the traditional hot dog in Germany and how it originated. Okay, if you look at your second subheading, it's called All American Dogs. All right. And here, of course, the contrast here is going to discuss in Europe. Here it is discussing the hot dog in the United States of America. In the following box, as we could see here, this is a sidebar, or it includes information that the author wants to mention. However, it does not fit in with the article. All right, it's related to the topic, but it doesn't fit in with the article. So the information is presented in a sidebar. So it's additional information that's related to the topic. For example, here it's discussing the hot dog specialties, how each part or location in America enjoys their hot dog. In the South, in New York, versus in Kansas. Okay, so here the information represented is in a bulleted list. Okay, these red dots, as you can see here, are called bullets. All right, and bulleted list is a way that an author provides information in a way that is very easy to read. Okay, along with your article, you also have illustrations. Okay, and sometimes when an illustration is difficult to understand, sometimes they include captions with it. Okay, and caption is basically written information, all right, that explains the image that you're looking at. In this article, it looks like an article that you could read online, or an online article, and it comes with a lot of bold-faced words. All right, bold-faced words are also important to an article because maybe it could be important words that you need to understand, or we can simply say that it's vocabulary. Okay, this is a link. All right, like see more photos. You could click the link. And it will take you to another site where you can view more images. So this is a link. Links are also available in online articles. Okay, Adam, is that clear for you, hun? Do you now understand the text features that we just discussed?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right. This sheet is also posted online. It was an empty sheet that you guys were required to fill out. First, I put it like this for you, and then I answered it with you guys together. We answered it together in an online session, and I put the answers here, and I posted the answer key. Okay, if you need to download it to answer from it, it would be great. Okay, so yesterday we started to read our new article, which is a text feature. It is written by Bajal Trivedi. She is an author who loves science, and she also loves journalism. So she combined her love and her passion for both fields, and she became a scientific journalist. Okay. In this article, be aware that we're going to focus on these text features. We're going to see a heading, we're going to see subheadings, and we're going to also see a sidebar and a bulleted list. Okay. The big question here, Adam, is what is your dream job? And if you remember in class, during one of our online sessions, we took turns discussing, and we had volunteers telling me what their dream job was. And Adam, what is your dream job?
Mm. Well, I don't know yet.
Okay, so what do you have passion for? What do you like to do?
Math, not science. Any
So you're
engineer.
okay. Okay, great. All right. All right, so you're more into math. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so there's a lot of things to do with math. You can be a math teacher if you want, and you can go into engineering. You can go into a lot of fields with mathematics. Okay, so I need you to brainstorm that, Adam. I need you to ask yourself what is something that you would like to do, okay, as a career. What interests you? Because you're going to do a written assignment on that question. Okay, so I need you to brainstorm some jobs that you see around you, and it could be something that your parents do or a relative does that you find intriguing or interesting and you see yourself doing. Okay, or we can look at and do some research about what are some potential careers that we can utilize mathematics in. Okay, so I need you to look into that because this is a very important question that you're going to be constructing a written assignment on. So I need you to have an answer for it. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
And remember, your career is usually a reflection of your talents and your interests and even your personality. All right. So think about that question, and let me allow me to tell you that we read the Spider-Man Behind Spider-Man, which is again a featured article. This is the title of the article. This is your author or journalist. The article focuses on a man by the name of Stephen Kutcher. This is Stephen Kutcher right here. And by the look of him, what do you see him holding? What is he holding, Adam, in his hands? What is he holding? What do you see him holding, Adam, in his hands? Stephen Kutcher, what is he holding? Adam, are you there?
Animals? I don't know.
Yeah, he's holding a scorpion and a spider.
Ah,
All right. And what does his hat read? Can you read his hat for me?
bugs are my business.
Good. So from the way that he's holding these bugs or insects, and from his hat, what do you think his passion is, or what do you think about what is interesting for him? What does he like to deal with or work with?
Insects?
Insects, right? That's absolutely correct. All right. So Stephen Kutcher, he is an entomologist. All right, and this is his career. He's an entomologist, and an entomologist is, or he studied entomology, and entomology is the study of insects. Okay, and he goes into telling us all right, that he got this passion for insects, all right, passion for bugs. This is a subheading, remember? Okay, and it tells you that this entire section is going to discuss how Stephen Kutcher got a passion, or how his passion or love for insects started or initiated, all right? And he shares with us that ever since he was a little kid, a toddler, all right, that means that when he was very young, he used to collect fireflies in New York, all right, and he used to go to the Catskills, or this mountain range vacationing area, where he was fascinated with catching butterflies and seeing the fish, and he was very much in touch with nature. Okay, so Stephen Kutcher, for since a long time ago, since he was a child, he very much loved nature, and he had, a very special um, um, feeling when dealing with insects specifically. All right, so his love for insects started very young. All right, and as the title says, his passion for bugs. All right, he studied entomology in college. All right, and he received his BS, or Bachelor's of Science, from a university in California. All right, and later his master's in biology. Okay. He had planned to pursue a PhD, all right, which is on the next level, a higher level of education, a doctor of philosophy. Okay. But he was not accepted into graduate school, and he decided to reevaluate his career options. Okay. And we could tell here that Stephen Kutcher went into this field of bringing insects into movies. All right. It started off with using 3,000 locusts in the movie of The Exorcist. Okay. And then he had a lot of movies that he worked with. He worked with the setting of the movie Arcanophobia. Okay. And he worked with movies such as The Alien, Jurassic Park, Pacific Heights, and Wild Wild West. All right. And what is his job? His job is to basically bring the bugs or the insects that are going to be used in this movie, and he is going to train them. Okay. And basically make them move in the setting or on the scene just the way the director wants them to move. Okay, and in order to do that, Adam, he has to study the behavior of these animals and their nature in order to get them or manipulate them into moving the way that he wants them to move. Now, this is a sidebar, this blue area, and the sidebar extends from this page and it goes on to this page. All right, and this sidebar is very interesting because it provides you with information of what you want or what does it take to be an entomologist. If you want to be an entomologist, just like Stephen Kutcher, what are you supposed to do? All right, here it provides a introduction, and then it gives you the subheading of interest and skills. What are the interests and skills of an entomologist? If you want to be an entomologist, what do you have to be interested in? All right, what are your skills? What kind of skills must you have? Okay, they also mention the typical tasks. And again, Adam, what do we see here? The information is presented in. Do you remember?
Bulleted lists.
Exactly. It's a bulleted list. Bravo. All right. And it's a very easy way to read the typical tasks of an entomologist. What is he supposed to do? What does his day look like? All right. He studies the evolution of insects. He discovers, he conducts, he prepares and coordinates. So be careful that here your typical tasks are all starting with verbs. Okay. The educational path focuses on what do you have to do in order to be an entomologist? How can you prepare for it before college? All right, like if you're in high school, what kind of courses should you be taking? All right, should they be more scientific or mathematical, as you said? Okay. When you go to university, what should you specialize in? All right, he says here that you specialize in biology or zoology, okay, which is the study of animals. Then you can later specialize in entomology. You could also enter a postgraduate level. And if you want to lead research teams or become a university teacher or teach at a university, a professor, then you need to get your PhD. Okay, so here we see Stephen gives us good information about how to tackle down the educational path if you want to be an entomologist. And finally, the last piece of information that he provides is the average earnings. how much money or what is the maximum salary? And you can mention this per month if you want. You can mention it per year. All right, the average salary and the entry level salary for an entomologist. Okay, now why is this important, Adam? Because this is your task, and I'm going to upload it on SMS. Your task here is to create a sidebar similar to the one on page 888 to 889, the one that I just showed you. You have to ask yourself, what is your dream job? Okay, and you're gonna have to research on the internet or using books and so on, maybe even articles. Maybe you can even interview someone from your family members if you want. Okay, first you have to tell me what is your dream job. So first we have to work on brainstorming. What career path would you like to pursue later on in life? What is interesting for you? Okay, and then we're going to create a sidebar just like the one that we just saw. Okay, and these are your subheadings. The first subheading is interest and skills. The second subheading is typical tasks. And remember, the typical task is going to be presented in a bulleted list. Okay, you're gonna have to give me the educational path for your career, and you're gonna tell me the earnings. Okay, in the earnings, you're going to mention what is the maximum salary, what is the average salary, and what is the entry level salary. Okay, in the educational path, how could you prepare for it before college? What could you specialize in college or in university? And if there's any master or PhD programs, and what are the requirements for them? Okay, so these are your subheadings or the subheadings that you're going to provide. And under each subheading, you're going to list the information that you find from research. Make sure that you do not plagiarize or copy and paste. All your information has to be read and summarized or paraphrased into your own words. Okay, you must include an introduction paragraph explaining what your career choice is and how your passion for it started. Okay, for example, like Ashton, like here, Stephen Kutcher, he discusses that his passion started ever since he was a toddler when he was collecting fireflies and running after the butterflies and enjoying nature in New York City. Okay, you're going to include the following subheadings from 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and you're going to answer questions 1, 3, and 4 in paragraph format. And question number 2 is the only one that's going to be answered in a bulleted list. Make sure that you use correct capitalization for your headings and for your information, and correct punctuation and grammar. This must be typed, so I'm assuming that Microsoft Word is going to pick up on any spelling mistakes, so you should have no spelling mistakes that you have. And of course, you must have a title that is catchy, okay, just like this one. All right, so you want to be an entomologist? Doesn't have to be in question form. No. Can you copy the same style as the book? Please do not. Please be creative and come up with your own title. Okay. The due date for this assignment is June 3rd, which is Thursday, and we will be presenting them after our quiz on Thursday. Okay, so after we take Animal Farm quiz, we have another session and it's going to be dedicated entirely for your presentations. Okay, Adam, so you're going to share screen with me on Thursday when I pick on you, and you're going to represent your sidebar and your information about your career. And don't forget that you're going to be graded both on the written work and the presentation. Is that clear, Adam? Do you have any questions for me regarding this written assignment?
No, thank you.
Okay, great. So I need you to start today, please, brainstorming what career do you find yourself doing, and please send me a message when you do so. Can you do that?
Okay.
Okay, great. Thank you, Adam. Okay, so let's go back to our story. Okay, and remember the title here is "The Spider-Man Behind Spider-Man." Now, Stephen Kutcher discusses with us that he actually faced a dilemma. Have you seen the Spider-Man movie, Adam?
I think yes.
About
Yes.
do you remember? It's about what? Can you tell me? Can you give me like a very quick overview? What is the movie Spider-Man about?
When he was in the school and his hands became two.
He was bitten, right? He was bitten by a.
By a spider and then his hands became two. Yani.
That's right. And then he became he was able to have all these supernatural powers to behave
Yes.
just like a
Spider.
spider. Okay. Well, in the movie, if you remember, there was a spider. The spider that bit Parker. Remember his name was, I think, Peter Parker in the movie? Yes? Okay, and this is the young man that the spider bit him. Okay, while I believe he was in college and so on. And in this movie, there was an actual spider in the movie. All right, and they needed a perfect match. So in the subheading, the perfect match, Stephen Kutcher starts to talk to us about how in the movie Spider-Man how in the movie Spider-Man they were looking for a specific spider, all right, and they were able to develop a computer rendition or a computer design. All right, like an image, okay, a computerized image of the spider that they want to play the role of the spider in the movie Spider-Man. And after the computer rendition came out, they gave it to Stephen Kutcher, and they told him, "Well, hey, Stephen, we want you to come up with this spider, all right?" And of course, it was very difficult because the spider that they wanted, okay, was metallic blue with red orange, with a radioactive red orange color to it. Now, it's very difficult to find such a spider, okay, especially with these colors, all right. The closest spider that they found to it was a widow or a black widow, and they said that these spiders were very dangerous, that they couldn't bring them on set. So the next choice that they had was this kind of spider, all right. And this spider, this is an illustration. Remember our English teacher, and we have a caption below. Why? Because people like me and you, we're not really familiar with spiders. All right, we don't know their names, so we cannot tell what this is. So a caption will be very helpful for such readers. Okay, and this spider is specifically is called a Cetoda grossa. Okay, who would have thought? Okay, now looking at the spider, Adam, do you think the colors match the colors that they're looking for? They're looking for something metallic blue and red orange. Do you think the colors match or are they far off?
Um, and it's a little bit same.
Yeah, I don't think so. They're looking for metallic blue and orange. The spider in the picture looks brown. Should I zoom? Can you see a
Okay,
better look at it now? Does it match? Do you think it's metallic blue and orange?
no,
No, right? So is that a good thing or is that a
no,
conflict?
no.
That's a
Yes,
it's a
it's a
it,
conflict.
yes, it's a conflict, right? Because now we have Kutcher is going to have to do something about what about the color, all right? And we're gonna see here the answer was makeup. Okay, yes, yes, makeup. Just like actors and actresses, they wear makeup to to cover certain things or to change certain things about how they look. Okay, just also animals. Okay, insect. These bugs are going to use insect makeup also to change its color. All right, so we're gonna Kutcher wanted to make an entire costume for the spider, but the timing came down to the wire and he finally settled on body paint. Okay, I had to find a non-toxic paint, design a little harness to hold the spider as he was painted, and supervise the artist painting Satoda. Okay, so they're treating the spider just like they would treat any other actor or actress on the setting. All right, the harness is going to be made to actually hold the spider down because the spider will be moving a lot. All right, so they had to find a way to hold the spider down in order to be able to paint it and cover its body with the non-toxic paint. Okay, I need the spider to go from A to B to C, and Steve can train it to do that. All right, so a part of Steven Kutcher's job is to basically make the spider follow the instructions of what he wants the spider to do on the scene. Okay, so this is part of his job. All right, that if he wants the spider to flip, he has to make it flip. All right, if he wants a bunch of bees to fly a certain direction in a movie, He has to train them to do that. This is his job, and this is his passion, because he's at the end of the day working with bugs, and bugs are his passion, as he stated previously. All right. And again, he was able to do that. All right. People find me and I am off on these adventures, Saskutcher, problem solving, exploring, teaching, and educating people about insects. But Stephen Kutcher had best describes in his life, his love, and his philosophy. Bugs are my business. Okay, so he feels that in order to make again these animals follow his lead or do as he wants them to do, he needs to understand them and understand their habits and their nature, their habitats. So his job is always about research, exploring, and basically bugs is his business. Are you fascinated by his job, Adam?
A little bit, but it's not interesting.
Well, yeah, you have to have the passion for it. That's right. I mean, for me, I would never be able to work such a job because, insects terrify me. Okay, so I would not be able to get close to a spider or a roach or any of that. Okay, but he is holding them and he's very happy. Okay, he's not even afraid. From in the image, he's like smiling and he's very close to them. Okay, so yeah, people have they come with different passions and interests. Okay, Adam, this is what we have done yesterday, and today we're going to do grammar. I'm going to upload a new video for you about the grammar lesson that we're going to cover today. Do you have any questions about the story and the text features that we discussed?
No, thank you.
All right. Do you have any questions about the written assignment? Don't forget the written assignment is going to be due on Thursday, Adam. So please make sure that you have it done. And if you have any questions from here to Thursday, feel free to reach out to me, okay, and ask me anything that you want.
Okay,
Okay, hon?
okay,
Alrighty. Thank you, Adam. Have a great day.
okay, boy.
All right. Bye, hon. Bye.